Good morning, traders. Today is December the 19th, of course, 2023. And trading will be difficult or non-existent today. It's been tough this entire week, although we've scratched out some wins. A smart trader might consider not trading today. We've started at 9:30, and we're going to look around 9:40 for a possible trade. Let's see, get this strategy up. I've been focusing so on this choppy market that not paying attention to other things I need. Adjust your strategy accordingly. Your ATM. I would not go for big wins, and it's okay if you decide not to go at all. Put on sticks. Just in case we get something going up to the fib high. We didn't take that initial trade. The spread was pretty high, and we just wanted to see what kind of movement the market makes. And it's, even in high volume days, it can be fairly rapid movement. Okay, we're gonna clear this off. Let's see if we can get some type of pullback here. We're going to focus a lot today. We're going to look at Rider a lot because Rider tends to move outside of choppy markets. It shows an element of strength. Okay. Okay, we'll select sticks again and see if there's a possibility of enough strength to move forward. Just see what we get. Again, a prudent trader might just go home, go shopping, go out with the kids to the park, even though it might be cold where you are. Or just sit by the fire and chill. I'm certainly not advocating trading at all this week. I don't like this. It's just too slow. I'm going to take that off again. that initial rider would have been successful, but the first few bars were the same time frame. In other words, you would have had no opportunity to be filled. This is nothing. Getting closer to 940, but we've noticed, honestly, the last month or so, the 940, even the say 940 to 10 o'clock have been very choppy. Okay, we have at least I have a tight ATM. We're going to give this wick another shot. It's getting closer to 940-ish. It's not there. And again, this is not a normal high probability trade. This thing is just not moving. Not enough volume, not enough traders. For people that were in that trade and looking for a bigger run, more than likely just got stopped out. That's a big down move. And they're generally intentionally placed there. Okay. We're going to pull this thing down below and make a bigger stop because we have a fairly tight stop. Let's see if we can maintain this trend. If we do find our profit, or if we get into a couple of losses, we're going to call it a day. And honestly, tomorrow and the rest of the week is likely to be even worse. More than likely, we won't even trade on Friday. And I'm going to urge caution. Every day we're in this room. This is really not the market behavior that we like to trade. As you can see, I entered and got out of the setup several times. I don't like lower probability trades. Okay, we're right at 940-ish. Let's see if they want to push it on up. We're right up under a pivot, prior market pivot and the daily fib high or the daily high. In general, we can expect a push back off. We usually love to take those counter trend trades there, especially when we're closer to the hour or the half hour. And we're headed into the 10 a.m. And we've sat here, which seems like forever, and watched this up and down motion. Here we go again. Wick, wick, wick. At the bottom, if we look at our HUD, it's showing all upward movement. But with chop, 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 we have 3 sticks in a row, which is indecision, to say the least. And we had an 8:30 news window, which we knew because I told everyone to come back at 9:30-ish. I would love to see this hit our target. And we got a huge stop based on our target. All right. Pure luck or painful trading, whichever. Let's see. Okay, now it's pushing up through the daily high fib. I want to see a pullback, but I'm afraid to take a counter trend because these slow markets, they don't tend to maybe move as much in the direction of our target. Got another sticks. I wouldn't trust the sticks here off the daily high and pushing through the daily high. We're bound to get some retrace here. I always remind everyone, but 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, the hour, we tend to get a direction change, but we also get some choppy movement, especially on the 10 o'clock. The 9 o'clock too sometimes, but the 10 o'clock, um, for whatever reason, it tends to have some choppy and then directional move. Let's see, at 9 today, well, we got some sticks into it, but the trend was maintained. This is just, we have to honestly say, and we have to make an assessment that this is not a market we really want to be trading. Okay. Rider is going to be much more selective, so we will go back with rider up. And again, with this movement, it'll take it a while if it decides to go back up there and trigger. And if it does, it's down to have some irrational movement back down. That didn't give us a trio down, but had it given us one, we would likely have lost, as we said earlier, just this market. Okay, let's see if we get a rider. Well, we should get a trio up also here on this third bar. Such a pitiful market. We might have to, if we do get filled, we might have to consider moving our stop. And that's totally predicated on what your personal ATM settings are. But mine are tight. But as we stated, and you can see, the rider is relatively conservative. It's selective. Had it triggered inside of anything in that area, we likely would have been, not likely, just for most people's ATM, we would have been stopped out. Okay, we got our trio. Let's see if the trio would win. Okay, now we got rider, and it did not execute, so I manually had to execute it, which means it probably moved too quickly. I don't want to move the stop, but it is extremely tight and up in the fib high, pushing up, down, up, down, up, down. So if I see the beginning of the creation of a sticks slash wick, I will likely pull it below that last low off the pivot, off the wick. I don't like this. Okay. We got about 5 minutes, a little more than that for the 10 a.m. open. We're lucky we get out here. I don't like this at all. Come on, go through. All right, that's pure luck. Maybe not really, but it's moving so slowly. Okay, let's hear a vote. We can shut down right now with our profit, or we can hang in this painfully slow market and take a look at the 10 a.m., knowing that our expectation will be several minutes after 10 a.m. so we can shake out the chop. So yes, no, vote yes, yes. There's John. John says no, he's done for the day. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. We will give that a shot. It seems like we're all loving pain today. So we got 4 minutes before we watch the market settle back into something. Um, and we're likely to get a pullback off this trend, if and maybe even a down move. Check our strategy still good. Okay, we got 3 minutes. Again, we're going to be very selective. I'm going to probably go with the rider again. Even though the setup is good for a trend reversal with a trio down, it's just not a market that seems to want to change direction other than a pullback, which could get you in and stopped out very quickly. Got 1 minute, a little less. We want to pay close attention to the market movement prior to taking a trade. We have a profit, and it was difficult. And I keep urging people, there's no shame in booking a profit or even booking a loss and going home on the market on a day like this. We have to consider the market action. And in general, it hasn't been significantly great in quite a while. I mean, you get some good days, you get a breakout and a big trend. Or let's just call it a decent trend. Some days good trend, but usually there's a news element involved in it, some major news. Okay, that trio would have possibly won with the exception. Let's see. It moved quite rapidly for a fill, about 1 second between the bars and the initial bars. So the rider will tend to take a few bars to turn back because we've had a significant trend change. And the trio is really reliable, but only when you got a high, a mid, like right here at 9:30. We didn't take that because it was 9:30 and anything can happen. And we love the low if we get a trio. Keep that in mind, especially if you're trading in hours that are different than the room and you want to do your own trading. And I always urge people constantly to practice. I was told, and I believe it, and I do it even now. For every hour of real market live trading, we like to take 4 hours of practice. And I know that seems extreme, but you want to get to where you just automatically go and in anticipation select where you think the market's going. I mean, even now, we're going to select right or up and anticipation that we're going to move back out of this. We could also select trio up. And again, I know you noticed on the hourly what happened. It was decided the market needed to go down. And that's exactly what happened. And if we had taken that trio, I would close the room. And there's no shame in closing it right now either. Interestingly, after we close the room, I'm going to go back and run that trio down and see if I get filled. We know we will win if we get filled. And again, we use a limit order +1. And when by the nature, and I keep teaching this, if we select it early enough, and you don't want to select it too early, there's a line, and you are in a line, and you're in a line early, and you're very likely to get filled. I'm gonna select trio here too, because we'll see which one will fill first, because we should get some delay on the rider, and they might occur at the same time. Okay. Again, we got a tight stop, and we see the tail where this occurred. And I don't want to pull it back. But we got a lot of room back to the high. And honestly, it's likely to go back up there. I mean, we look back here at from 8:30 to 9:30, and that's all the market did. I mean, even from 8 to 9:30, we had one big move early in the morning at 7:30, and it was obviously not big, or seven. That's actually 7:50ish. But it would have created a winner unless you had your ATM set to extremes on the target for this market. If we get out of here, we're done. And we're gonna, wow. Okay, that is a really good day for a market that really isn't moving. We will be back tomorrow. I hope everyone got these trades. We, or I don't know what you did. I did not take this one because the choppy action on the high before, what could have given us more strength and belief to take that trade, though, was it was on the hourly, and the markets tend to reverse. But it's also was inside the chop window, and it's very easy to get stopped. But that was turned out to be a good trade. Even there, we probably would have won, depending on where you set your ATM, because we got a spiral down, which is a ton of confluence of market conditions. Okay, we will see you tomorrow. I will send out an email. We'll check the news. We'll check when do we want to open the room. I mean, we can open it and sit here for the chop, which I know most people prefer not to. Have a great day. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for your patience. And I hope you walked home with some Christmas money. You take care. Good day.